Hello, and welcome back once again to Valley of Endless War. We haven't been here in a couple weeks. It's been a long while, but we are back here on the 2B Dice channel again, finally. First up, a couple of things, announcements. 2B Dice, we will be having Star Wars next Tuesday, starting at 10 p.m. EST. I'm going to do EST because it's all I know. We'll be right back here Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST for more Valley of Endless War. And then Tales of Arden, of course, for 10 p.m. EST on Thursday nights. Dimensional Dial of Dr. Dialgo will be hopefully coming for the February 2nd. I believe that starts at, oh goodness, I could be mistaken, but I think it's 9 p.m. EST. I think I am mistaken, but we'll be there anyway. Let's introduce our lovely players. To my absolute right here, Merle.
Hi, I am Nifty Root Beer. You can find me on most social platforms as Nifty Root Beer. The only thing that's different on YouTube is I go by Nasty No Mixie, but I know if you search Nifty Root Beer, you'll still find my channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Bat. I go by Cosmic Bat pretty much on all social media, and I am Xeraphane for this campaign.
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as Diavel.cos on all social media. I play Mikhail, who is our Cambion Alchemist of Swords here on Valley of Endless War. I am most active on TikTok and Instagram. I do also have a Twitter, and you will find me on quite a few days of a week with the 2B Dice crew. Please stay in tune to our Twitch channel. You'll see us there.
Okay, so last time we left off, we had gone for our second daily day of military basic training with the dwarves. Not everybody in the party is so happy about it. Matter of fact, pretty sure everybody but Merle thinks this sucks. But you continue on, and even on the second day, you were starting to get that head nod from Mistress McCleavage, the dwarven sergeant who is in control of your she's your battle instructor, essentially. That being said, the second day started with harpies, I believe, and then it went quickly to a goblin fight that was probably a little bit over what you were able to take on. Even McCleavage jumping in and fighting the hobgoblin commander of the goblin forces. You all did excellent during the battle and ended up coming out on top. That is where we pick up, and you are going to be headed on your way back to the city. Your day of training done. And what happens, we'll soon end that on 2B Diced. Okay. So you were in the cavern from the goblins for a while. You looted all the corpses, and it was quite nasty work. Everybody but Merle and Zeraphine is kind of like not used to that work, kind of. Mikhail is basically used to working in his lab, and you know, not used to dealing with goblin guts and going through their bags while their guts are hanging out. The cave begins to stink as there is nasty boggart oil everywhere that has been burning, and goblin corpses everywhere, and all you can think is, God, I can't wait to get the out of here. You are eventually led out of the cavern, and you start heading down the long ravine that leads back toward the city. As you are walking in the sands between the ravine and the city, what are you all thinking at the moment? Just, is anyone having any general thoughts about home or...
I feel like I'm constantly thinking about my girls. Just wanting to get back to them.
Mikhail would be 1,000 times happier if he was either in a laboratory or in a library or simply not on the front lines. That is it. That is his bare minimum plateau of tolerating where he is at the moment.
I think Xander would be Xander, the wrong character. Zeraphine would be missing her family of sorts at home, but is also not unaccustomed to being in new situations like this and isn't necessarily uncomfortable.
You're adaptable. It's a good thing. So, as you all are marching, some of you marching, some of you just dragging your feet in a walk, there is a commotion off to the left of you. So it is city to the right of you, big city wall, and off to the left of you is nothing but desert for miles. And there's this commotion, a bunch of snarls, and you hear almost like a clicking, clacking sound and like large impacts of something hitting stone, it seems like.
Do any of the dwarves seem to notice this?
They do. It's pretty loud.
Am I near cleavage?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask her, what is that?
It sounds like trouble. We should keep moving.
An astute observation. How far does it sound?
It sounds like it's off to your left about 100 to 200 feet away. There are a bunch of dunes kind of covering the vision of what it is.
I'm gonna take out my flail and shield and just have him at the ready.
Okay. Do any of you want to head over there, or are you just heading on?
If we can avoid another fight so soon, I, for one, would like to continue heading on.
I agree.
I'd rather rest if we can.
All right. You guys continue to head on, and about 30 feet or so ahead, you hear the noise start to carry along with you and sort of run along, sort of almost it gets in front of you, and then you're able to see in front of you in the path a large beast comes up over the dunes, running with its head cocking back behind it, and it runs over and it climbs atop a plateau which is out in front of you, and it doesn't see you yet, as it is clearly preoccupied, but I'll show you what I mean.
Does it look like it's running away from something?
It definitely looks like it's scared of something behind it.
Oh God.
But this thing is massive. Huge.
Maybe we should
It's about
try and stay unseen.
4 times the size of all of you, and it jumps up on a plateau right in front of you. And as it's come down from the left here, you can see coming from the left a gigantic scorpion.
I agree with trying to be unseen.
So you guys want to try and hide and sneak your way around?
Yes. I'm at half
Yeah.
health, so I would love to avoid a fight.
Okay. These go ahead and give me a stealth check for all of you.
That's a 10.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Oh.
So oh no. Okay. Well, the scorpion, as you attempt to covertly head along this way, absolutely does turn and regard you and start climbering your way. A couple 100 feet at a time. Oh, we lost Seraphine.
I was muted. I was trying to say we lost her.
There she is.
She's come back.
Sort of. But yeah, it starts heading your way. And this beast sees you as well. It was able to see you before, but it didn't care as much about you as it did the scorpion chasing it.
Before it gets
So-
to us, can I fuck? Yeah,
You were
can
all headed this way, trying to stealth, and it did see you. So
it did or
at this
didn't?
point, it did.
Okay.
We're gonna need to roll initiative.
Am I able to bonus action for my second wind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do that really quick. So 1d10.
Oh.
Fuck yes.
She got Mel.
17.
Nice. Okay. All right. Zeraphine, you're actually up first. And McCleavage looks back in
Okay.
all of your directions, sees that Zeraphine is the lowest health, and actually goes, shit, I think you might need this. And she throws you a healing potion. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't think it's her camera. I think it's her internet.
It's been
Yeah.
My
Somewhere.
internet's
Somewhere.
fighting me.
Oh, we can hear you though.
I'm
Bro, do
on
you wanna,
my
like,
phone
come over?
hotspot, and I think my computer is struggling with that too.
Again, if you need to, you can come over. And just come stay here with me.
She looks really pretty frozen. I mean, usually when it freezes me, I look like. Eh. There we go. So, Zeraphine, what's your plans? Oh no! This is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm going to message her on Discord and ask her what she'll do. Well, technical difficulties. I should put on some music. Let's see.
About to have a dance party.
We don't want this. We want a fight
I
theme.
don't-
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Sounds like we're strolling through a cave.
Mikhail actually asked the dwarves while we're here if it's common to see the scorpions attacking around these parts. Like, do they normally leave them alone, or are they quite hostile?
No, they're quite nasty.
Does this count as a beast?
It does. Both of them do.
Okay. I might have something.
Oh, if only your ranger was here.
If only Xenia was here.
Yep. Two new beasts.
Stay in tune for Tales of Arden tomorrow.
Oh no, I think we really did
Okay.
lose her this time.
Just a heads up,
Yes.
Tegan is going to try their laptop. Failing that, they're just going to come over and join me physically, and we'll share my setup.
All right.
Yeah.
Good thing you guys live close to each other.
I was about to say, I didn't realize you guys live so close to each other. That's
We're
awesome.
literally like about a 20-minute drive away. Yeah, we're good.
Nice.
I love that.
I never
So-
get this. You all live in America. I
Uh,
don't experience this.
can you message her and ask her what she would like to do on her turn? Oh, never mind. She popped back.
Ah,
Hello.
Hello.
Quick, before we lose you again, what would you like to do on your turn?
Oh god, I don't even know what's going on. I dropped
before I could heal.
So, big monster up top. Cleavage throws you a potion, which you can down
Okay.
as a bonus action. And there's a scorpion that is going to quickly head towards you on its turn.
Oh, great. Do we know what the potion is by glancing at it?
It's a healing potion.
Oh, sick. Obviously, I want to do that. I can do that as a bonus action.
Mhm.
Okay, sweet. As a bonus action, I want to take that potion because I am rough.
Go for it.
And let's see. Oh gosh, how do I take a healing potion?
How come you only have 17 health, Bubba?
Me?
What happened? Yeah.
I got 14.
No, like, that's what I mean. Why did I say
I
17?
don't know.
I'm literally looking at it. It says 14.
Because D&D is unkind to me.
uh,
I don't know. I
can't be
must
that
have
unkind.
something.
Hold on.
yeah.
I shall fix you.
Can this creature has seen us, right?
Yes, both of them have. One of them
Bummer.
to be as vicious looking to you. It doesn't look like it's going to attack you unless you attack it.
Okay.
More than likely. Let's see.
I want to attack the mean one then.
Your HP maximum should be 24. Override match HP. Yeah, you've got overridden HP down here.
Oh, whoops.
There you go. 24. Look at that.
Oh my god, that's so much better than 14.
All right. So you are full health again. That was a superior
Yay.
healing potion, so you're good.
Amazing. Okay. So the one that looks unkind and mean is the scorpion one, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I wanna. How far away is it?
It is.
Oh, I can see it. Oh, truly, got a
5,
fun little
10,
thing now.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet away from you.
50 feet. Okay, I wanna shoot it with a short bow. I wanna try because scorpions have like an exoskeleton, right? They're kind of
Yeah,
hard on the
yeah.
outside. I want to see if I can shoot somewhere soft and squishy. If I can see somewhere soft and squishy.
It is facing you. Its eyes are visible, but they're very small.
Okay, that's a risk, but we'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Do you have anything you can do to help you with that kind of roll?
I can't think I can. Let me see. I can't do sneak attack, can I? Because it's seen us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't think so.
You can try and hide. But that'll take your action instead.
Yeah, it's a little bit late now, I think. Also, it doesn't look like there's heaps of places to hide.
I added a fair amount of hiding places on this map.
The Baron. I'll take the hit with the bow because I rolled it already.
Okay.
As unfortunate as that is, it was 9, so.
It was a 9. Okay. Let me see. I'm almost positive that does not hit.
Are you sure?
Very now. Yes.
Yeah.
So, is that your full turn? Potion and bow.
And this potion was bonus action. So, yes, that'll be my full turn.
Okay. Do you want to move?
What is near us? Is there stuff in this, around us, other than these trees that we can see in this?
What you see is what's there. It's a barren
Bummer.
Deserty
Okay, I
wasteland.
might just move behind the tree behind us for the time being.
Okay, I can do that.
Alright.
Easily done. Okay. So, next up is the Razorhound. Razorhound is... He's going to stay up on the rock and kind of see what you all do. He's actually going to back up a bit over here. As he's kind of like, okay, the scorpion's going to go for them. Maybe I can make a run for it when they're getting attacked. That's what he's going to do on his turn. Merle.
So the scorpion is 50 feet from us?
It was 50 feet from her, 55 feet from you, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to move 30 feet towards it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw my javelin at it.
Okay.
So when it comes to throwing stuff, is it just the same because it's within the range? Question mark?
How do you mean?
Like, do I
It's-
just roll my javelin normally?
Yep.
Or is it something different? Okay.
If it's within the range, you just roll it normally. If it's outside or inside the range, you roll disadvantage.
Okay. It is good to go. All right. So this is to hit. That's a 13.
Sorry. No.
All right.
Your javelin,
Well,
ping, off its scaled hide.
I gotta remember to grab that. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Giant scorpion's turn. You ran right up to it, so it runs right up to you. Madam, do you have your shield out
Yes.
and your
I'd
sword?
have my flail and my shield.
And your flail. That's right. Okay. Good. Because this thing hits hard. I'm not doing 3 attacks. That's crazy. That's gonna kill you for sure.
Oh my god!
So it misses with a natural 1 with its first attack. So it kind of goes to claw you, and you sidestep it, and it buries its claw in the sand. It kind of gets stuck in a rock down under the sand for a second.
That's
So
terrifying.
it bears its stinger at you. Holy shit. This thing sucks. Can't hit for shit. And with its last attack, it will pull its claw free. Mikhail.
Is the scorpion within 30 feet? Or can I get within 30 feet?
The
of it?
scorpion is within 30 feet of you now, yes. You're
I
sort of
would
in a
like-
line with you're sort of in a line with your ally here, but that's okay.
If it could make me a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 15, he is
Sure
going to try and
can.
cast Animal Friendship on it, which targets beasts.
Animal friendship
Mhm.
on a scorpion. Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, okay. Natural 19 for an 18.
I do not have anything to negate that at this stage. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry. That was a
That's okay.
cool move. Not a waste of a turn.
Yeah,
Zara.
not a waste. Not a I will also, movement-wise, back up 30 feet. Is there anywhere I can take cover at all?
There's trees here. You can take cover here, maybe.
Yep, just behind one of those.
Okay.
And he sort of, so because he doesn't have a bonus action narratively, so he sort of leans down behind a tree and sort of rummages through his belts, trying to see what little vials and concoctions he has available to use on a later turn. And then that will be him.
There's emotes. That's you rummaging through your bags. Okay. So, Razorhound, seeing now that this thing is distracted, seeing that you're all kind of fighting alongside it, the Razorhound is going to kind of jump down here and come up behind it. So as you get a better look at this creature, this Razorhound, it's not a pig, for sure. For certain. It's not. It is actually a large dog-like creature with a sort of like a bat-like nose. And it doesn't have fur. It has porcupine spines that look like they're made out of some kind of iron or steel. It looks like it could very well be the best armored thing you've ever seen. But obviously it's afraid of the scorpion for some reason. But it is coming up behind to try and get a shut off on. Oh, I'm a dummy. It could stay up on the thing. So it's going to stay up here. And it actually is going to, it sort of turns its body to the side and shakes and whips its tail at this scorpion. And you see like a bunch of spikes fly off its tail. For a 17, which does hit. 9 whole damage. Yeah. Nice. Way to go, Razorhound. Mirabelle.
I'm gonna use my flail and attack it.
Go for it. Remind me what your flail's extra ability does.
If I hit it with it, the creature will get disadvantage on its next hit.
That's right. Okay. Go for it.
Natural 20!
Fuck yeah.
Alright. For 7 damage? What?
Did it roll a crit?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 2. And then a
Oh,
+4.
buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. It does happen. So 7 damage. The flail head comes down right in between the eyes of the scorpion and actually hits smack dab in the middle of the eyes. It cracks into the shell that protects its eyes, and you see it. It kind of rears its head away, like, "Holy fuck, what was that?" And it's kind of dazed in this moment. Is that it? Your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Full turn, one attack. I love it. Giant scorpion is he kind of like is like, oh shit, that was epic, but he actually doesn't use his eyes as much as his ears, so he is going to. No, you know what? Fielding that big a hit, he's going to put his pincers into the sand and just and dig and
I
disappear.
don't like that. That's awful.
Okay. You do get an attack of opportunity as it's leaving your space.
All right. It is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
9. Did more than my crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. You attack it as it goes and it goes, yeah. But it disappears from sight, and it's going to roll stealth check. Okay. Who is the highest perception level among you? Passive perception.
Mine's only an 11.
It's also 11.
Mine's 13.
13. Okay. Cool. Mikhail, it's your turn. He does not resurface.
We are in a desert area, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does the sands or the grounds that we're standing on show any tracks of where it's moving? Because it is quite a large creature. Is there any like disruptions on the surface?
Roll a perception check for me.
No, that was only a 6.
So it does
Come
go
on,
quite,
dice.
it does go quite deep. Obviously, there is some sand that is displaced, but it's just too hard to make out. It's
Is
like
there?
it's a bit windy. There's sand in your eyes. Zeraphine.
Would that count as a?
Sorry.
Would that count as my entire action, or would that be like a free interaction?
No,
Would
that's
be
a
that.
free action. Sorry.
I would like to hold my next action for if it happens to resurface. If I can get within 30 feet of it, I would like to try and cast Animal Friendship again.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. Holding an action. Zeraphine. Oh, bud.
Climb the tree.
You're gonna climb the tree?
Yeah, it's under the ground.
Okay. Climbing
I wanna
this
be on the
tree.
ground. Can you climb the tree?
You know what? We're just
You gotta
gonna
make her fly.
fly
Yeah.
and then do that, and then like this. You are climbed the tree. Oh my gosh, too
Oh, yeah.
high.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Is that sorry, I'm just going through the stuff because I had a plan and it did not involve it going underground.
It rarely does.
Okay. Is that just what? Is that just my movement?
That's your movement.
Okay, cool. Can I also ready an action then?
Sure can.
I want to ready Firebolt for when it comes up out of the ground, if it comes up like near in that radius.
Okay. Easily done.
Stay there.
At this point, the end of your turn, the Razor Hound actually kind of regards all of you. Like, okay, you're humans. Why aren't you attacking me too? And it kind of like, it just like tentatively sits and sort of waits. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm up here. I'm safe from all of you. What are you gonna do? So it seems like a very intelligent creature or a very wise creature. Mel or Merle. I don't know why I keep calling you Mel.
Can I also roll a perception check to see if I see any sand?
Absolutely.
Displacement?
Go for it.
Oh, where are you? It's a 19.
You see the scorpion's tracks lead out, go underneath you, and head this way, east.
I'm going to move 30 feet that way.
Okay.
And I'm going to, before I leave, is it a free action to pick my javelin up?
Your javelin's over here. Way
Oh,
off that
fuck.
way.
Okay. I will go 30 feet and I will ready my flail. If it happens to pop up near me, wha-bam.
All right. So, end of your turn. It is again the giant scorpion's turn. Giant scorpion is in fact, it headed over this way, and it was right about here, about to hit Mikhail, but then it feels you on top of the sand rushing after it, and it turns and quickly unburrows itself. And it's going to take its attacks against you.
And it should still have disadvantage because I hit it last.
Mm-hmm. So, disadvantage on claw. Good thing. 12.
Oh, that don't hit me.
And stinger. Oh, 18.
That doesn't hit me.
Oh my God, that's right. You have 19 AC. Damn. So you just kind of like that big old stinger, like the claw comes over you, you dodge out of the way. The big old stinger comes down, and you just take the flat part of your shield and just knock it up and out of the way. Perfect timing. Damn. Yeah. Okay. That's its
Do we
turn.
do our ready attacks?
I can't do anything else. Yes. So I believe Zeraphine and Mikhail, did you have a ready to attack?
If I can make that wisdom saving throw again.
Oh, yes. That's right. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, no. Okay, so let's do order of operations here. So Zeraphine is actually above you in the initiative, so her ready to action goes out first. Zeraphine, go ahead and do your attack. Firebolt, I believe.
Yeah, does a 17 hit it?
It does.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. And that was 5 points.
Hell yeah, nice, yeah.
All right.
Robot saving the day.
So it gets hit with that firebolt, and it cooks a piece of its shelled armor, and you can hear sizzling underneath the armor. And as it's kind of dealing with that, you just watch as its claws go slack, and its tail goes slack, and it turns once again to regard Mikhail. How does the animal friendship spell work? I don't remember. But you're still muted somehow.
Is that because it failed, or?
It failed, yeah.
Oh, so Mikhail sort of positions himself in its line of sight, and you see his gold eyes flash green, and it almost highlights like the slit of his pupils as he innately casts Animal Friendship. This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration. If you or one of your companions harms the target, the spell ends. So Mikhail sort of makes eye contact with this creature. His eyes sort of flash green, and he tells it, "There's time better spent hunting bigger, better things. You don't need to stay here with us."
You see it as it kind of like it raises its right legs and dips its left legs at the middle access point, and it kind of like turns its entire body to turn its head. Can it speak back to you? Or no? I don't think it's. I
It
don't
doesn't
think
say
it's
whether it
animal,
can
right?
or can't, so I leave that at DM's discretion.
I'm gonna say it can't. So it just means that you and your group does not mean it harm, right?
Yes,
That's what the
correct.
spell says?
Yes.
Okay. It burrows underground. Once again.
And Mikhail will let the others know, don't attack it. Not while it thinks we're friends. And that is something I would like to remain friends with rather than fighting, huh?
So that's your turn. Next up, Seraphine. What do you do?
I would like to see it's gone under the sand again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch the sand and see if I can see where it's moving.
So
If it's moving.
from your vantage point up in the tree, actually it is a bit easier to see the trail that it's leaving in the sand. So go ahead and give me a perception with advantage.
Mhm. Good. I called for advantage. Oh well.
Not great. So there is a bit of a dust storm happening, or a little bit of a sand swirl, and it passes by the tree just as you're trying to get this like information. It's like, ah, fuck. What do you do?
Do I do? The hound, is he still sitting there? Just watching?
He does appear to just be relaxing for right the moment. He's like, okay, I'm not on the menu right now, and it doesn't seem like these humans are going to attack me before they're going to attack it. So,
Okay. I'm not gonna ready anything. I think I'm just gonna take Mikhail's word for it and sit and wait. See what happens.
You're muted.
But yeah.
so you swing your legs over the branch below you, and you hold on to a higher branch, and you just take a little seat on the branch and wait. And the Razor Hound waits. Mirabelle.
I think I'm gonna move like 20 feet diagonal, so I kind of put myself in between whoever's to the right of me.
20 feet diagonal.
To the right, yeah. That way, if anything does come at us, I'll be the first line of defense.
Okay.
And then I'm also just gonna wait, see what happens.
5, 10, 15, 20.
And then move me back 5. And then move me up 15. No, 10. Yeah, no, 15. I have 30 feet. And then yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. So. Giant Scorpion's turn. It understands that you are its friend. However, it doesn't seem to understand that it's not hungry anymore. You wait for another whole round. Or do you? Mikhail, what would you like to do? As it does not appear again.
Miguel would reserve one of his actions, would hold his action. If something does attack him, he would likely firebolt them out of defense, but he's not making any further moves. In fact, he would actually like to continue just moving forward if nothing's going to stop him. Why not?
Okay. So you sort of kind of back away from this large beast and just continue on?
There is no reason to engage unnecessarily unless we force his hand.
Okay. What do all of you think about that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So, Zerfine, it's your turn. Are you going to come down from the tree and start walking away?
Am I gonna come down from the tree and start walking away? It's a good question.
And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to be right back.
Cool.
So anyways, we win D&D.
Game over, guys. We won.
That's
Everybody
it.
level up to 20 real quick.
Oh shit, yeah.
When you return to your homeland, we'll meet again in a tavern. How's life?
Oh man.
Hi, Karen. Sorry, I didn't see you watching. But yeah, Michaela's very much of the mind that if we don't need to stop and fight, why would we stop and fight? There's a perfectly good city waiting for us to return.
Right.
I had the ability to create a false creature as an illusion to save that poor dog, then I would. But I don't have the ability to create anything beyond that 5-foot cube, so we're gonna have to take the L on this one. It's a dog eat dog world, guys.
Dog eat dog. It's
I was planning on
survival.
throwing some of the scorpion meat at it to try and be friends with it.
I know, I wanted to befriend him so bad. He seems so friendly. I don't think he
Right.
should die.
Right.
I
This is so
mean,
sad.
yeah.
Anyone one shot the scorpion? And take the risk.
Oh God.
It seems like a smart dog. I'm sure it can manage itself.
Okay.
I hope he can.
Yeah.
It also could have taken the chance to run away and it didn't. So,
But maybe it's because it wanted to be our friend.
Or it wanted to eat us.
Yeah, well, it's a risk I'm willing to take. Listen, if
I
we're
was
gonna
gonna
die
try
in a
as
war
well, though,
anyways.
so. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So, Seraphine, what did you decide?
I will follow the others and we'll move on while we have the chance.
Okay. So, 5 feet, fall down out of the tree, land gracefully. And you meet up with Mikhail and start moving ahead. Bro, you have a lot
Same.
longer to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 30 feet toward them.
Okay. The Razor Hound is just going to sit and wait and regard you. It sees 2 of you walk away. It's not going to move. It's actually going to kind of back up to its other point here. And you and McCleavage both go to move away. All right. Next turn. Giant Scorpion makes himself known, starts making all manner of noise, attempting to get back and up to this giant hound. And he's going to make one stinger attack. Which misses. It doesn't even attempt to make the claw attacks, though, which is strange. Mikhail, you still had your held action. Do you want to use it on the scorpion?
no, because it hasn't attacked me. And that was specifically his.
Okay.
Yeah, it's purely for defense, otherwise he's just going to continue on their way.
All right. Scorpion is locked in a deadly battle with this large beast. It does take 2d4 piercing damage as it digs its stinger into the beast. It takes 5 points of piercing damage back from the spikes injecting themselves into its stinger. You all continue on. I'm not going to move you yet. Razor Hound is going to attempt to bite onto the claw of the creature. It's actually pretty good. So the scorpion can't be knocked prone, but it does take 16 damage from this powerful jaw. And as the scorpion goes to once again sting the creature, if he hits, he dies. He does hit. So he takes more points of damage. However, the Razor Hound does fall prone as the venom from the claw, from the stinger, starts to pulse through its body. It's 13 damage. No. Oh, no. It was 53. And it took 13. And then, let's see, another 2. Oh, it's 40, 10. I'd be really glad you didn't get hit by the actual poison. That stinger would have fucked any of you up, except for
No,
our
it
boy
wouldn't.
Mikhail here. So that's 21 poison damage. And the Razor Hound is not doing well, but the Scorpion dies first. Thanks to your aid. That being said, this battle is over. You all witness as these two gigantic creatures of epic proportions battle each other to the death. And it is a stalemate as both of them die. The Razor Hound more prolonged and more agonizing from the poison, and the giant scorpion literally from y'all. But their bodies lay there on top of the rock as you walk away.
Well, since they're both dead, can I double back and collect some of the venom, please?
It takes a while for the Razor Hound to die. And you all said you were walking away. But there will be more opportunities to fight giant scorpions. That being said, you all fought in an additional battle that you were not meant to fight in tonight. And Lieutenant McCleavage is actually very impressed with all of you.
It's amazing what one day of training can do. 2 days and you're all a tight-knit fighting group. I'm excited to see what your futures bring. Come on, let's go back. I'll buy you all a drink.
Merle instantly perks the fuck up.
Yep.
It's like she has a Pavlovian response to drink. That's good to know.
For the next 3 days or so, training continues. You become more and more of a tight-knit group. Your every move, your friends know. your every thought. They begin to think themselves during combat. And by the end of it, you are, all of you, level 5.
Hell yeah.
Right now. And we're going to take a quick break so that you all can figure out what you want to do with your level 5 evolution.
Woo!
All right. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Welcome back. So how'd we do? Happy with our evolutions?
Yeah.
All right. So, the week of training, it comes to an end. This lieutenant that you've come to know fairly well, you've shared a several drink with her over this last 3 days, 4 days. She grows ever more and more impressed with your combat prowess. Even those of you who don't use physical attacks, which is normally looked down upon in Dwarven society, she respects that you can put out a fair amount of damage, Mikhail, when you want to. So, it is surprising that when on the 6th day of training, the person who comes to greet and wake all of you is not Lieutenant McCleavage. It is instead an elderly dwarven man who stands in scarred battle armor, a small, well, small in comparison to the rest of his armor, maul affixed to his waist. Right, wake up, you shits! It's time to go. Last day.
I jump out of bed like I normally would, but I look at him and I'm like, who are you? Where's Lieutenant Cleavage?
And he walks out of you.
Are there still dwarves in the room with us?
And they all look nervously at you.
Who is that?
It's best you don't ask questions and just do it as he says.
I don't like him.
We should know who we're listening to.
I agree.
That could have been
He's
Rebel walking off the
far
street.
more higher ranked than the lieutenant. I'll tell you that much.
So, do you all have more questions for the doors, or do you muster up? Do you gather your gear and head out?
I'm gonna ask him if they know what happened to Cleavage.
So, we're just as in the dark as you are.
Is this normal for them to bring somebody higher up for the last day?
This is my 35th time going through training. And you can honestly say, no, it's not.
Can we trust this person?
Sure.
I don't like that answer.
Hearing about this.
All right. Where I'm from, we don't treat our soldiers like that. We know who we're addressing at all times. So, excuse me if I'm a little pissed off right now.
Mm.
And I walk over and I gather my weapons and shit.
And as everyone gathers their last bits of equipment, he stands back in the doorway. He was just leaning up against the wall, listening to everything. He leans back up against the doorway, says,
All right, everyone. It's that time. Follow me.
and the dwarves begin to follow.
I will also follow.
Reluctantly follow behind. More reluctantly than usual.
As you are all led through the halls and out of the barracks, you anticipate that he'll take a left turn and head toward the gate of the city. He does not. He heads further into the city. You walk for about 10 minutes or so, march for about 10 minutes or so, before coming upon a large, round structure. It's stone, brilliantly etched, marble and limestone. It's beautiful. You all step through a large stone archway, and on the other side you're met with a pit filled with sand in the center. A large circular pit. A large wooden gate shuts the entrance behind you. Falls into place. The dwarves look around, all nervous. And the man who led you here.
Right. Well, I am General Reaver. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You dwarves who have passed, and you other creatures who have done the same. It's no small thing for a non-dwarf to make it through our boot camp. And so, your entire class has been selected to go through officer selection training.
And you watch as the dwarves take an involuntary fear step backwards. No, anything but that. No! And one of them fucking runs toward the gate and starts pounding on it. Broner. And you watch as the general goes,
There's always one.
and he throws his maul. And that dwarf is dead.
No. That's so mean.
So, I suppose then that, do we have any more ones who wish to run in vain? No? Oh, good.
And he holds out his hand, and whoop, the hammer comes back to him. And he hangs it on his hip. And he goes, Assessor, come forward.
Bless you.
And a sort of mousy dwarven man. Long gray beard.
Bless you.
Oh my goodness. Comes out of this side of the Colosseum. Yes. Hello. Can I stop? Please?
Ma'am.
He comes out of the side of the column. Yes, hello. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. Sorry for Major or General Reaver's harsh attitude, but he does so love Officer Selection Day. So, today is the day where you will all selected either to go through officer training, which is the next step in your military journey, or you are washed out of the officer track, which basically means that you just go back to the regular infantry. And you see each of the dwarves go, oh God, please.
Mikhail just leans over to his party member and says, I frankly don't know which one's worse.
There are many dwarves who would rather tear off their own left leg than go through officer training, because officer training, it requires you to use your brain.
A single arched eyebrow just goes all the way up.
And most dwarves would rather just not at all. They want to follow orders. They want to fight the things that we tell them to. Officers actually have to think about the lives and welfare of their men and how to win the war. And they would rather just not have to.
So with this officer training, is this more of like a team effort thing?
No, this will be a single challenge for each of you. It does run a bit contrary to most of Dwarven society and how the rules of how the Dwarven society works. But you will have many choices today, and to become an officer is certainly one of them, if you are chosen.
Why did he have to kill that dwarf? Why couldn't he have just been washed away with the other ones at the end?
Seems like a waste of cannon fodder.
He'll come back and
I forgot
he'll be
about that.
washed out already.
I forgot about that. Just kidding.
But dwarves who do not show courage in the face of danger, well, can hardly be respected. Let's get started, shall we? He goes up to Bronak. He goes, and Bronak is sort of just standing there, shaking and at attention, kind of staring off into space. He's just trying to think about anything else but this right now. And he goes, you hear a little squeak come out of his voice, and the assessor goes, no, not this one. And he goes, oh, thank God. He goes up to Bruna, and he goes, this one. And she goes, why? Why? What did I do? No. And then the general goes, fall in line, ensign. And he snaps his finger. And she goes, oh, damn it. Shuffles her feet forward. Stands at attention. It was Broner, Bronek, Brotham. He goes up to Brotham and he goes, no. God, no. He goes, woohoo! Yes! and Bronek and Brotham are both led out of the arena. And he comes up to you, Merle. He goes,
I still have a pissed off look on my face.
You do. Which, honestly,
angry, but not because of the situation, more because of how you came to be here. Interesting.
It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Not most, but I can read the minds of those I'm assessing. Sorry about you girls.
Thank you.
This one's a yes.
All right. And then you said that we're getting in a line, the people that he chooses?
Yep.
Okay.
He goes over to Zeraphine.
Interesting case. Never been much of a joiner to you. But loyalty bonds go deep for those you trust. This one's a yes as well.
Walks over to Mikhail.
Signs now.
Walks over to Mikhail, yes. Goes, oh, God, yes. Hello.
The intellect on this one, fuck's sake. Yes, you.
Wow, imagine using your brain and thinking about the consequences. Oh, shock, horror, really.
Yes. It's awful to dwarves, trust me. They would rather fucking die.
I see that.
So he goes through one by one to each of the rest of the dwarves from your class, and they are either extremely happy or extremely sad, and you know the reason why. By the end, there are 10 of you in the 30-man class that you came in, with the 3 of you included, and the rest of them go back. There was one more soldier after Broner who ran and got turned into paste. And then at the end, once all have been selected and told where they were going, Major,
Your class.
General Reaver says, and out comes now Major McCleavage.
She goes, there's quite a few of you from my class. What did I do
Good to
wrong?
see you again. Oh, God.
She goes, I'm kidding. Of course. You 3 would get selected for officer training. You're the smartest people we've ever had come through basic. But I am proud of all of you. Now, that being said, there is also potential. And you can tell she feels very reserved about what she has to say right now. There is also potential for you to not join the military and instead take up a trade. There are many trades that you can also use to contribute to the Dwarven oligarchy. Many trades which we have been without for a long while, that if you should feel the need to fill those shoes, not only would you be commended, but you would help vastly. That being said, the military does need good minds at its head. So each one of you that decides to go into trade, remember that we are at a long, long war. And we must win. Now, who would like to be a full citizen of the Dwarven oligarchy and earn their chance at becoming a noble? Who would like to join the officer's track? Which one of you would rather devote their mind to simple tasks such as smithing, potion making, or the stonemasonry, painting, if you like? I don't know.
Well, I was already part of the guard at home, so military is more my style.
So this is the point where I'm going to say above table. Being members of the military is a hugely different campaign in the future to being free agents. So either way, you can make it to where you're supposed to be. However, it's up to you how you want to get there.
Well, then, yeah, I'd rather.
And you
not
can ask
have to-
questions if you like. So,
If we would like to go into a trade, do we have to pass this test?
If you select the officer track, it is a bit of a gamble, yes. So perhaps I should explain the rules of the officer's test. For the officer's test, each student, each ensign, will be granted infinite access to resources. Depending on what you take, and depending on entirely the outcome of what you use, what you take for, you will be granted a noble title if you do well enough. Generals are nobles in our society. They hold lord titles. That means, of course, that should you want to go and order Major General McPoundy that he need to train you in smithing services, then he must. However, many await training with Major General McPoundy. It's a large ask, and if you don't produce a legendary weapon with that crafting skill he grants you by the end of your month-long test, you will not be an officer, and in fact, you might go into debtor's prison. So, you must decide, what can I put forth with the least amount given to me? What do I need to make a great impact? Now, you could go out there, the three of you, and capture a fort, and that would grant you 1 rank. Or 2, depending on how you capture it. Or how hard the fort is for us to have taken in the past. You must balance what you take with what you give back. And if the balance does not far weigh in the Dwarven oligarchy's favor, it could mean ruin for you. Whereas, the opposite is true if you choose to take up a trade. If you choose to take up a trade, you will guarantee yourself zeros across the board. Your renown will be taken from you, and you will be set off into the city at a 0 balance. This is dangerous for some reasons, but also can be good for you. If you find a place in the city or outside the city to make yourself useful to the Dwarven oligarchy, you will quickly gain renown. Military renown is relegated. Crafting renown or service renown can be altered on a whim. They can give you more, they can give you less. For instance, I can't believe I'm using this as an example, but I'm sure the lot of you have adventurers' guilds at home. Maybe not, maybe yes. Those guilds, I've been told, contract your services out as fighters, as people to aid the citizenry. We have an adventurers' guild in this town, set up by a champion long past. It sits unused nowadays. It is a sort of side military faction, so it's seen as nothing more than useless in Dwarven society. You could choose to not join the military, but go and join and make that your home. There are many options available. I am letting you know.
Shall we discuss? Mikhail looks at the other two and sort of beckons him over closer.
I
to
go
my
over to
to
him,
my
go
height,
over to him.
please. Come to my level, please.
Bend down a little bit.
Mhm. I, for one, would be wasted in military and find no joy in such. I feel that we would have more freedom, more agency if we were not quite so bound to the rigid structure, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that because that's, yeah.
How do we feel about the Adventurers Guild? At least that's familiar.
Yeah, it's definitely familiar for me too. I'd be fine. I think that's probably the best sounding thing so far I've heard.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that that could work a lot better than joining the military, to be honest. I'm not really much of a military person.
Yeah, and I feel like that we could kind of investigate things more on trying to how to get home instead of having the military on our back all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'd have a lot more autonomy for sure.
Yeah.
So we are in agreement.
I'd say so.
Yes.
We and Mikhail will turn to General. We have concluded that we would be more of use to your community as agents of your Adventurers Guild.
Okay. We understand. It's unfortunate for us as we are losing out on 3 pretty hefty thinkers. But you must do what is right for you. The Adventurers Guild lies in the west part of town of the city.
Is there anybody there now? Or is it just completely vacant?
I think there's still a caretaker, last I knew.
Okay.
I think it's been a long time since anyone set foot in there. So, best
there
of luck.
spiders? I just hope there's no spiders.
We can go in first, clean out the place.
Thank you.
With that, the group of you are left to exit the arena. You now have this entire city to explore by yourself, unguided.
I say we immediately we should go to the Adventurers Guild, check it out.
See what's nearby.
Yeah. Get a lay of the land of
Supplies
what's
that
by
anyone's
it.
in
I
need
like
of?
that. What was that?
Any supplies that any of you are in need of? Because we could potentially make some stops along the way, surely.
I think we need healing potions and lots of them.
I agree. I would also love some new daggers to replace mine that was stolen.
All right. So, are you heading to the shops first or the Adventurers Guild first?
Shopping.
Thing.
Okay. So the crafting quarter is the only real shopping you're gonna find. As you head that way, you do hear and see a number of familiar sounds pounding on metal, quelching of steel into barrels of water. You don't hear, but you smell, Mikhail, that acrid smell of potion brewing coming from somewhat of a shop, but more of a warehouse.
Are there like windows in that warehouse? I'm just curious what the creation process is.
So there are windows, but they are blacked out from the inside.
Fine, I suppose. They can keep their secrets. I would do the same.
You can certainly head inside.
He will do that thing where he's following you, and then when you don't realize it, he's completely veered off in the opposite direction and hasn't informed you of such. He just expects you to realize that he's gone, or otherwise he'll catch up.
So you are heading in.
I would love to head in, yes.
You walk up the stone steps and get to the large wooden doorway of this establishment. Entering inside, your arm and the door, as you crank the doorknob and push it in, your arm disappears behind a veil of darkness.
Ah.
You continue to push on in, and as you pass this veil with your face, the inside of the shop becomes visible, and the smell hits you like a fucking wave of poison, acrid, noxious gas, and absolute horribleness. Except you're unaffected.
His little nose sort of scrunches up like,
This lab is not aerated well at all. And you know, as a potion crafter and as an alchemist, proper aeration is a must for
I need-
any lab that is brewing poisons or potions alike.
Are they wearing masks at least, if they can tolerate this? I don't know. Is anyone in there?
You head to the countertop area of this establishment, warehouse. It's sort of like it's just a bare bones, like there's a bunch of tables with potions for sale, and then there's a counter with like nothing behind it. There's like a windscreen and like a window that has a tiny circular hole at the bottom with like another glass pane behind it with a bunch of small circles in it. It's a speak box. Like in prison. There is a bell on the counter.
The spade tip of his tail sort of comes up and gently taps the bell.
Ding! What is that? Huh?
What is what?
That noise. Ah! There's a voice! What? Who are you?
Is it a dwarf that's speaking?
You can't see them.
What are you?
And you watch as 3 fingers longer than normal grab the curtain and there is this figure, humanoid, but the limbs, all of them, are just a little bit longer than they should be. The nose is a little more pronounced and a little more crooked than should be. The face more angular, sunken. Teeth yellow, nasty, gnarled. Eyes red, bloodshot, with green, almost glowing irises that end in a slit, like a cat's eye or a reptile.
What am I? What are you?
I asked you first.
I like you.
Thank you. Not many people do. Can't imagine why.
Same. I am Jacob, the alchemist.
I am Mikhail. Also an alchemist of sorts. I was curious about what wares you might have. And also
Really?
why you don't have windows open or some sort of vents. Are you not concerned for yourself?
Oh. Oh. Is it building up in here quite badly?
It is quite, yes. It's on the
Shit.
I'm fine. I don't know about your other customers.
How are you fine?
Something in the blood.
Me too.
The best
Interesting.
And you see that his limb, long as it is, stretches up to the roof, and he grabs a sort of a wheel, like on the hatches for a ship, and like you see a number of vents just open, and the air begins to clear in the room.
Oh, fascinating mechanism.
Yeah, they don't like it when I open it too often. Dwarves tend to die unnecessarily. But I haven't had a customer in a while either. So, fuck 'em.
As I was walking in, did it seem like Mikhail was stepping on anyone that tried to come in and could not tolerate?
I should look back. No.
Okay.
There's a there's a shoe that got left behind when someone ran. But they do all right for a couple of seconds.
It's my lucky day then. That means you have plenty of stock in store. What do you have? Anything you're proud of? I would love to know.
Anything and everything in my shop is otherworldly. The worst
Michaela's
thing you can
entranced.
do is ask for healing potions.
Eh.
I stopped doing that shit years ago.
Those can be found somewhere else, I imagine. But what do you have? And Michaela just has like this spark of extreme interest and fascination, the sort of thing you get when you find this very niche type of fixation and then
see-
someone else gets it. And he's like, oh,
He and he stretches his arms out behind him and grabs something off the shelf, and his arms come back to him, and he sets it down on the counter, quite proud of it. And he goes,
Yes. This here. This is bottled luck. One drink, and you will get one redo a day. This here is an elixir of vitality. Drink it, and your health will be more robust. You'll be able to take a lot more hits. This here is a potion of invulnerability. For an hour, nothing can harm you.
ooh.
That is the kind of thing I offer here.
Michaela is so excited. His little wings are sort of just like flapping, and he is going to cast message to Zeraphine and then to Mo, just saying, I found my new favorite shop. You should come in. Hold your breath, perhaps. And then he turns his attention back to Jake. What is your range of price for these magnificent collections?
The Dwarven oligarchy's kind of strange with their currency system, but I've grown used to it over the years. For any one of these, in this rack here, 400,000.
If this was any other shop, Mikhail would been like, fuck that. But because he knows potions, from what we've learned of the currency and such, does this seem like intentionally hiked up, or does it seem like the equivalent of
It actually seems like it's quite low.
quite low? I love that.
For the rarity of these potions, these are like some ancient level rarity potions. They're
Oh,
very hard to come by.
how much renown do I have?
0.
From even the drinks and such? Has that been...
You were told that if you chose to venture out into the city, you would be equaled out with your renown balance and have a renown balance of 0. So you're all poor, but not debtors yet.
Mikhail just has these big puppy eyes, like, oh, he's particularly interested in the one for vitality and the other for invulnerability. But he just nods very sadly and says, I will return for these. I think you'll be seeing more of me in the future.
All right. Sorry. What's your price range currently? Perhaps there's something here.
Mikhail just
Forgive
sort of.
me. I'm not a very good salesman. My charisma is a little bit lacking. But I like you. I'd like you to leave my shop with something.
I have, and it's no fault of yours, I have nothing that the dwarves would accept, but I do have gold, if that could be of any use to you at all.
Not to me. And not much to anyone around here either.
Perhaps a trade?
Do you have any other metals, precious or otherwise?
Metals. He does not, but he could offer a trade.
No silver, copper,
Just gold.
zinc?
Could we convert alchemist? He could convert it, couldn't he? Like, could we? I have my supplies and such.
Gold into lead, sure. Iron into tin. I could do. Do you have any aluminum? Or aluminium, as some call it.
I have, and Mikhail will just draw one of the two daggers that he does not really use, and that he says is the only other metal on his person.
Well, you can go and if you said you did a spell, you went and talked to somebody. If they have anything on them, precious or otherwise, metals, copper especially, if you bring it to the right person, they'll pay you good renown for it.
Thank you.
Of
I will
course.
remember.
Do come back if you have some.
The alternative that Mikhail was trying to offer, if you would have allowed it, Zai, he wanted to trade, because you know how all of his spells are flavored as actual alchemical components and potions. He would have traded one of his third levels in like potion form, as if like, you know how you use a scroll, use this vial instead.
I would find that interesting if in the moment of your casting the spell, you did not charge it with mana to make it efficable. So, in order for the potion to do what it needs to, you take the alchemical components, mix them in the bottle, and then you add the mana, you infuse it at the moment of using it. Which makes it do its thing.
Yes.
So it
Is
doesn't
what he
really work for training.
All right. I'll go back to the others. He does look visibly like, as soon as he's through the door, he looks visibly sad. Like his wings are kind of drooping and his tail is kind of.
I think your friends have copper and electrum and shit like that.
I know. That's why I'm gonna go ask for some money, please.
So Mikhail quickly rushes up, and meets the both of you.
By any chance, would either of you happen to have anything of copper or aluminum?
I have
Copper, or did you say
3.
other metals?
Yes. Not gold. Anything. Literally anything else. Scrap armor, old weapons, anything.
I have 3 copper and 10 silver.
3 copper. Come this way. Hold your breath.
Oh God!
What is this made of?
Okay.
He's taking you both by the hand and like half dragging you behind him.
Did he say hold our breath? I'm very
Oh,
worried.
oh no.
Uh, so here we go. Nope, that's not the one.
I feel like there would be like a cheap kind of metal, surely.
Renowned conversion table. Okay. How much of each do you have as a group?
I have 47 gold pieces, which is useless to me in this moment.
Okay, 47 gold pieces. That is roughly 5.5 pounds of gold, which would be worth 16.5 renown. Okay, so that's how much he has. How much do you have, all of you? Gold. I know you got some from those couple of weeks.
We put it in the chat. Merle has 3 copper, 10 silver, and 94 gold.
Oh,
Seraphine has 78 gold.
94 gold is going to be like 8 pounds. 78 is going to be like 6.5. No, those are way more. Hold on. 8.5. Okay. So take these three things, sum 24. So 24 for a total of 72 renown if you sell your gold. That is to the electrolysis workshop. Which makes wiring and circuit boards for golems. How about silver and copper?
3 copper, 10 silver on Merle's end.
Only 3 copper? I thought you guys found much more copper than that.
You find copper? I've only
I
got
think
notes
it
of
did.
gold.
I don't think it was 3 copper. I think it was like 300 copper.
Where's my notes?
Yeah, my notes also say 3 silver, 10 copper.
For some reason, my notes only tracked the gold. That checks out.
10 copper from Merle.
10 silver, 3 copper.
Someone opened a chest that had 300 copper. I know that much.
Maybe I put 3 and it was supposed to be 300.
That's likely.
Yeah, the gold that we got from the goblin camp was 30 split between the two of us, but that's the only thing I noted from a chest.
I wasn't there when that camp was raided, so it definitely wasn't me.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 310 copper, which each coin weighs. 15. Each coin is an ounce. So 310 divided by 16. It's all right. Little mental math. $19.375 of copper. So we'll round up to 20, which will net you 100 renown. So copper, you had 24 pounds of it, which netted you 100. Or no, gold you had 24 pounds of, which netted you 72. Copper, you had 20 pounds of, which netted you 100. So copper is more expensive than gold.
What the fuck?
Damn.
How did we do on silver? What was the silver?
I had 10.
10. Did anyone else have any silver? Okay.
Nope.
So 10 isn't even quite a pound. I'm going to say it's probably 14 ounces total, which is 0.4. So yeah, not worth selling yet.
Makes sense.
Okay. But if you sell those, you will come away with 172 renown between the lot of you, which is not a
It's
ton.
not nothing.
But it's not nothing.
Nothing. But buy me a couple beers. Which I'm
Nobody
probably
found any platinum or electrum?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Okay. So you have a little bit to work with. Not a lot. Probably enough to buy you some food. Definitely not any potions. Y'all need some funds
Yeah.
and quick.
Right, who are we stealing from?
Ooh.
Well,
That was how they all ended up in prison. Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, that's probably the next best route, I would think.
We will do that after our break. Okay. So, and yes, I realized we had an intermission before, but they were leveling up, and I was giving them time to do that. This intermission was for the halftime, as well as, like, I could tell everybody needed to go and do a thing for a minute. So, the group begins to walk toward the western part of the city. Everything is well maintained in the part of the city you were coming from. As you travel further west, things become less so, less maintained, more cracked stonework, more moss growing up the side of buildings. The building that you are looking for is actually not as easy to find right now. So I'm going to need each of you to make an intelligence check for me.
Straight intelligence.
Straight up intelligence. Investigation, I would say, actually, if you're better at that.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I got
These
a
have been
3.
really bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Might have bad.
That was an 11 for investigation. My passive is 18, but that was only an 11 for an active roll.
Zeraphine. As you're all walking around, you're asking any dwarf that you pass by. They're busybodies. They're going to and from. They've got, either large mine carts worth of things that they're carrying around, or they've got some like scroll that they're quickly taking throughout town. Dwarves here are very much like the people in New York. If you stop to ask them something, they're going to be fucking annoyed with you. So it takes a bit of time. But, Zeraphine, as you have your friend up, flying about, searching the area, you do see through his, albeit not the best eyes, but you do see through his eyes, there is a building tucked away between two stone buildings that kind of dwarf it in size. And it's a large building. It's a 2 to 3 story building, but the two buildings that are anchoring it are, one, the debtor's prison, and two, it buttresses up against the arena, the one that you guys had the pleasure of stepping into not so long ago. The building is comically placed up against the cavern wall where this whole city is dug out of. And it is butted up against it in like the alleyway between where this circular building comes to the end of the stonework and where this large just box of a building, no carvings, nothing, just literally sheer shaved rock. And it's just this 3-story, 400 square foot wooden building.
Assume that that's
is
Juris Guild?
it is run down.
Hey, I think I might see what we're looking for up ahead. She's just gonna lead the way.
We'll follow.
Same.
Does it seem like there's, as we approach it, that there's been like any sign of life or anything?
It's not the sign that used to say Adventurers Guild is covered in dust and hangs from one chain, where it used to hang from two. The porch, which leads up to the first floor, and the foundation of the building appear to be no longer settled correctly. The wood looks as though termites have been absolutely having a field day with it for years. But the sign does read, when you can catch it as it spins on its chain, Adventurers Guild.
That's it.
Well, shall we take a look inside and scope out for spiders and unwelcome critters?
Please. Please.
Everyone's going to head inside and have a look.
I'm going to wait outside till they're done.
We'll let
The two of you head inside. And the outside of the building is a bit ramshackle, but the inside of the building is clean. It's been dusted. It's been mopped. The carpets are soft, comfortable. The floor creaks. But as you walk inside, you see there is what looks to be, on the first floor, a full bar, a kitchen behind it, several tables, and leading up to the second floor, you see there is probably what leads to what seems like an inn or inn-style housing. It's actually quite nice inside, and the reason for it being so nice and well kept inside becomes apparent as there is a furry creature bent over the bar, hand on a drink, sleeping.
Mikhail pointedly looks to Seraphine and then gestures for her to wake this person up in case they start swinging expectantly.
Mikhail just kind of like pushes you forward.
Excuse me. Hello. Are you alive?
Mikhail makes a gesture for you to poke him.
Right. She goes up and she gives him a gentle shake. Hello.
Uh,
Good morning. Are you the caretaker of this place?
Screams out loud. You're a tiefling. He hasn't probably seen a tiefling in a very long time. Probably thinks you're a devil. Ha! What do you want? And you see that his fur kind of buttresses his face, and he's got like that very pronounced, almost like bear-like nose. And he is a furbolg. The only creature sentient you've seen that has not been a dwarf or transformed from being a dwarf by alchemical means.
Sorry to disturb you. We're not here to hurt you. We were just looking for the Adventurers Guild. Believe this is it?
You're looking for the Adventurers Guild?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why?
We were hoping to join the Adventurers Guild.
Huh?
I take
Nobody
it you haven't had any
joins.
visitors in a long time. Joins? Why not?
Because it's just not done anymore. Everyone goes to the military for their problems. They don't seek out adventurers anymore. So people stopped coming.
We do not wish to join the military and would like to join the Adventurers Guild, so I suppose people have started coming again. If that is not an issue.
You see, gets up from his seat slowly, kind of shakily, and he puts one hand on your shoulder, another. He goes, "Are you real?"
Right, real, yes.
And you want to join me? This guild?
Yes, though I am starting to wonder if I regret this decision.
I could kiss you!
Please don't.
Thank you! I don't have to be alone anymore.
Oh, good.
Hello, my name is Kelthus. It is a wonder to meet you.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm Zeraphine.
Sorry I screamed in your face. You're actually quite beautiful. All of you are. Goodness, even you, young man.
I'm still outside, technically.
Mikhail would send a message to Mo saying, no spiders. What appears to be a furbolg. I'm not sure if you have those in your world. We have a furbolg and no spiders.
Did you say spiders out loud? Do you have to message
No, this
out
would be a
loud?
message.
Okay, cool.
I walk into the Adventurers Guild.
It's actually quite nice inside.
Yeah. You guys cleaned up real quick.
Oh God, there are 3 of you. 3, not just 2, but 3. This is a wondrous day.
What's wrong with him?
Drinks! Drinks should be had!
Okay, I like him.
He goes back to the inside of the bar and he goes, I don't have much left, but whatever's left is yours. Here.
The words I like to hear.
Sounds like it will be very vintage.
Gods, I don't know where to start. There's no quest right now. As I said, it was
How
the
do
quest
we-
that stopped first, not the adventurers.
Is there a way for us to like advertise that, like, hey, new guild members ready for action? Like flyers?
Yes.
Yeah,
Something?
flyers.
Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Go out and find people who need help.
How? How do we know if they're going to need help?
Ask. Then do whatever they say. Then say,
Well,
we're adventurers of the Adventurers Guild. That should do it.
Oh, okay. Is that how you guys did it before?
I don't know how they did it before.
Great.
Sorry, I'm not a dwarf. I don't come back after death like they do. No, I'm the last in the line of caretakers of this place.
Oh,
My
I'm
parents
sorry.
have died, and my grandparents, their grandparents before them. And this place is not kind to people who aren't dwarves or elves. But you're here. Now.
Yes. What time of day is it?
It's like borderline 10 o'clock
PM?
a.m. You were woken up early to go to officer selection.
Yeah. I guess we should go out and ask around.
Yes.
then?
While you're out,
I'll stop my drinking and I'll get to work fixing the place up.
I am gonna
Yeah, you-
down whatever he gave me as well.
whatever money you make, if you could, do your best to fix up the foundation because it's getting quite bad.
We noticed.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm very good at cleaning and very good at cooking and making ale. I actually brew all the ale that we make here. I haven't had need to brew any more than I need to drink lately. But
We could sell that too.
we could start servicing clients as a tavern for a while.
You should get to
Um,
brewing.
That's a good idea.
I'll do that. Yes.
What was your name again?
Arthas.
Or no, what did I say?
Alphys?
Arthas.
Alphys? Alphys. Thank you, Alphys. We're gonna try and get people to come your way.
Wonderful. See you soon, adventurers.
I think that's one of the most positive receptions we've had since our arrival.
Yeah. I
Especially the
don't know
best
how to
energy.
react to it.
So I don't think his name was Alphys at all. Hold on. It's actually like Jake the Alchemist, Lieutenant Major. Oh, she's Major.
I want to take a look around the guild, so then I can find somewhere I can claim as my new laboratory space.
Yeah, we should scout it out before we head off. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure
Have a
can.
looky.
So the Adventurers Guild does lie within the military district, but it's like a small section of the military district that isn't actually military. um yeah.
So you said it's 3 floors?
It is 3 floors. The 3rd floor gets a bit shaky up
Oh,
there.
God.
Second floor is pretty stable. The beams from the first floor are good, but the 3rd floor begins to wobble a bit as you get up there.
And how many rooms are on the 3rd floor or 2nd floor?
Second floor has 8 rooms.
Holy shit.
It's a
Big.
pretty decently big place.
And the first floor is just where we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to claim 2 rooms? One room where we keep our belongings and sleep, and then the other room where we'd have like a lab and anything else we work on, like a workroom, and we can rent out all the other rooms to make money.
Sounds like a solid plan to me. I don't have an issue with that.
Mikhail just nods and he's up the stairs looking for the best place. It has good ventilation and like good amount of light coming in. He wants first dibs.
So there's a corner room that has 2 windows, which is pretty much the best ventilation you're going to get.
Yes, mine.
I say we just take the room that's right next to it.
Yeah, closer to our stuff, the better.
So pretty much the first hallway there. All right. After that is done, you all head out. The residential district of the city is what is suggested to you. It is the place where the crafters and military reside alike. The crafters tend to reside in like comfortable homes, while the military tends to have a barracks. They very much don't need comfort or leisure or pleasing things around at the end of their day. It's up to you how you want to go about it. You can talk to anyone.
Mikhail will put forth a suggestion. You know, these crafters, it's not as if something can be made out of nothing. If no one has any concerns per se, we can always offer to see if they're low on stock of anything that lies beyond the city and offer to collect for them.
Yeah.
That's a
great
great
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
Be little like errand runners for people.
It's a
Mhm.
fantastic
Precisely.
idea.
Sort of small, so they know we're here at least.
Yeah.
That's
Then-
true.
When's the military going to do that? They don't care.
The more time
Okay.
that the crafters have to spend collecting items, the less time they have to craft. So it's a very appealing deal for them.
Very enthusiastic, nodding like, exactly.
Mm.
Love it.
So who would you like to talk to first? The residents or the crafters?
Probably.
Does it seem like there's So with these crafters, is it sort of like, do they have their own shop fronts, or is this purely where they privately reside?
They're not really shop fronts as much as just open crafting areas.
Okay. Mikhail suggests going to the one that seems the most busy, because that usually suggests they're on a time crunch and therefore running low on whatever they're currently having because they're using it up.
So, the one that seems the most busy is the largest crafting faction of them all. You see several hundred dwarves, all pounding on anvils, all shirtless, all incredibly muscled. Fantastic beards, sweat dripping from every pore as they all work and toil away on their anvils. This is the Smithing Guild. And at its head, you see a dwarf who is literally 4 times the size of any other dwarf. And you see him pounding on an anvil that is also 3 times the size of any of the other dwarves down here. And it is lit up like a blue mithril anvil that has like stars shining in its metal. As he swings his hand down, hammer in hand, you hear nothing as the anvil hits hammer. And nothing again. I bumped my microphone. But it's strange. You hear all of the commotion of all the hammers around you. But as he hits his hammer, a bit of wind gets pushed out in the vicinity, but the wind is the only thing that escapes. Who do you wish to talk to?
Is there an overseer of sorts at all, or is everyone working their own anvil?
Everyone's working their own anvil. Some of them are watching anvils be worked on, and there are like 3 dwarven like young people who are sitting on a ledge up above McPoundy's anvil, just
Mikhail knows not to interrupt a craftsman at work. He will try and get the attention of one of the ones who would have been watching the anvils, if they were amenable to speak.
You kind of sidle up to one of them. This one, he has his shirt on. He's not working, so he's just observing for now. Basically, a new crafter to the guild.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. What's that?
Any errands that need doing?
Errands? If you want to get in on McPoundy's good side, just go through the process.
Which would be?
Start
learning the craft?
And to craft, you need things, you need resources. When new to the city, recently back in with the Adventurers Guild in case there was anything that needed doing. Anything others don't have time for that would be useful.
Huh. Not sure. Maybe. Sorry. Why are you asking? Who are you?
Mikhail repeats that they are new to the city, that they have joined the Adventurers Guild. They introduce themselves.
Oh, you're serious?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh. Wow. Shit. You're looking for a quest.
We don't need to go that far yet.
All right. What would you call a task which brings you out of the city and gives you renown upon returning with said item?
See, that would be a quest, but even if it's just a task, if a message needs to be sent across the city, something needs to be collected down the way from the markets and be brought up, even that's fine.
There is a task. But I'm not sure if you're up for it.
What, do the stores need to be mucked up?
Something like that.
Go on.
We're having a bit of a problem with our disposal unit. All of the crafts in the city that are not perfect are tended to be discarded in a manner. I shouldn't be the one talking to you about this. There's someone better than me. Sir. And he pats on the guy who's been pounding at the hammer, who he's been watching. He goes, yes, I've heard your entire conversation. You were right to talk to him first. Good job. And he puts his hammer down on the anvil. And yeah, we'll need the big man. And he walks up to the large anvil and just you're seeing all this from the back of him, and as he's talking up to this guy, and you see the big man scratch his head, like, you read his lips. Seraphine? Really? Adventurers Guild? And he steps up and he stands, and he's a giant. He's fucking a massive person. And he walks out of his little corner of this open air shop. And as he passes a certain threshold past his anvil,
you hear his foot hit the ground. And you did not hear it before that point. And you figure there's a large area of no sound allowed to escape from his anvil, because it would deafen everyone around you. And he walks up to all of you, and he sort of regards you all.
I hear you're looking for a quest. No. This is terrible. There we go. I hear you're looking for a quest.
We are.
Yeah. There is something I could use your help with. Step inside my office, if you will.
Mikhail beckons me over to Uga.
I follow.
That's so fun.
So you all pass the threshold of this this area around his anvil, and you now hear the of his forge. Like, it's fucking hot in here. Like, holy shit. And he just stays in this all the time.
So, you guys are looking to help, right?
Yes.
I accidentally dropped I accidentally dropped an item into the dispensary that was meant for the king.
Oh. My condolences.
What was the item?
His weapon. It's one of many of his weapons, but, he cannot discover that it was ever missing from my possession. And if I ask anyone else to go and retrieve it, it will certainly get back to him, I fear. You have to know. The scale upon which our discarded items has reached is gargantuan. It's sort of taken on a life of its own. And finding one sword in the middle of all that garbage is going to be difficult, to say the least.
Are you able to draw the weapon so we have a better idea of what it specifically looks like?
I have the blueprint right here.
That'd be great.
I also will give you several of these.
And he hands you several scrolls
Oh.
of locate object.
Oh shit.
Um,
I can learn this.
yes, you
Nice.
could. If you don't use all of them. But he does hand you 4 of them.
I cannot express to you how much shame it will bring upon me and my guild if this were ever to come to light. So, it's actually fortunate that you all are here. The king commissioned this sword some 1,000 years ago, but
Is he still expecting it?
of course,
How long ago did you lose it?
200 years ago.
And you've just been telling him like, yeah, I was still working on it. And he's
has a
fine with
dark
that?
presence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's an ancient sword. Repairing it's not like going and getting milk from the store. It's quite an expansive process. I was just about to finish it early when a dwarf knocked into my shoulder and I accidentally slipped my hammer, hitting the edge of the blade. It spun and fell down that grate right there.
How much
You
are
muted yourself.
how much renown are you willing to give us for this task?
I mean, I never thought anyone would actually come and be able to do it. So, I haven't given it much thought. $500,000.
500,000 renown?
Yes.
Each. And Mikhail just has a
No.
cheeky little smile. Considering one of those potions was 400,000, that's what he's leveraging this based off.
Yes,
on.
those are legendary potions.
This is the
He's
king's
legendary-
weapon.
legendary, but-
Can I try and be?
Yes.
Can you try? Can you try and
Which
be
you're-
cheeky?
which you're just going to grab it for him. And then he's paying you for your silence too on top of that, which is
Yes, exactly. So if we can't get it, who else is going to get it for him? You know? This is just Mikhail trying to press his luck for a little bit more.
Yeah,
Not each, but more.
Eventually, I would just have to swallow my pride and tell the king what happened. But if you got it back for me and destroyed, I'll tell you what. I'll pay you a bonus. any of my failures, do you run across down there, destroy them, and I will pay you an additional 50,000 renown for each destroyed item.
Michaela's happy with that. I accept those terms if the others are happy. We hope
Very
not
well.
to disappoint you. It would be a shame for your hard work to go to waste.
Took me over 400 years to fix that fucking thing.
Yep. So, as as that all is discussed and hashed out with all of you, and you are then left with the how do we get in, to which he offers up a dwarf to guide you to the entrance. Which, honestly, will have to be less for next time. Because that's a massive thing you guys are taking on.
Just to clarify, he said that if we destroy his other failures down there, we assume that's like weapons, right? Or
Whatever he has crafted over the years that he has considered a failure
okay,
and thrown out personally, that
Did he-
embarrass him to the point where he will pay you 50,000 enough.
okay.
Did he show us his equivalent of like a maker's mark that would suggest fair
He
his?
did.
Oh.
Just making
Yes.
Okay.
It's not hard to find his maker's mark. It's a giant fucking circular pattern that is hanging above his anvil. But easy money. Oh, okay. I'm glad you think so. So we'll have to pick it up next time on Valley of Endless War. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time on To Be Diced.